Did you see the headlines? Tuesday? How about that? What it says is, millennials are causing U.S. divorce rate to plummet. I think that's the first good news about divorce rate I've ever heard or read. It's a wonderful thing to celebrate a wedding. September 15th, had a wedding here. Next Saturday, got a wedding here. Pete, Lynn, show yourselves. Is it 1 o'clock? I'll try to remember. And it's a wonderful thing. How many of you have been to a wedding lately? Let me just refresh you if you haven't been to one for a while. We've actually changed the ritual a little bit in the last couple of years. Now, there's a formal welcome of the couple on behalf of the church. Welcome to the church, and welcome to this ceremony of commitment. Typically, we do weddings in the context of a mass, and it's mass as usual, readings that relate to marriage. After the homily, the wedding party comes up, bride and groom are up on top, I come down on the floor, and the actual ceremony begins with 3 questions. So husbands and wives, I'll ask you, if you come here freely without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage, good. Will you love and honor each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives? Will you accept children lovingly from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and the church? Are you doing that? After that is the exchange of vows. And after the exchange of vows, those very words from the gospel today, what God has joined, let no one separate. And the congregation replies with a hearty amen. What God has joined, let no one separate. Well, again, it's Mass as usual until the Lord's Prayer, and then there's this long, beautiful blessing over the couple. After communion, nice prayer, and then at the end of the liturgy, the couple comes to the front. I get to do that formal introduction, Mr. and Mrs. for the first time. But there's a special blessing, again, over the couple and over the congregation. And you know what? That's the end of the wedding. We sign some papers, there's a reception, often a honeymoon. The wedding lasts about an hour. But the marriage, it lasts a little longer than that. And we all know that sometimes it doesn't. For whatever reason. So many have gone through the heartbreak of a broken marriage, the reality of divorce. How interesting that even in the gospel, when Jesus makes these strong statements about marriage is so permanent, when they're back in the house, the disciples question him. And he underlines it. Sometimes as a church, we're criticized for holding marriage so sacred, emphasizing permanence so much in this impermanent world. Where did we ever come up with that? Oh, it was Jesus. Oh. That's where this comes from. Husbands and wives, let me remind you again that you're living a vocation. Let me remind you again that we count on you to be witnesses of the love of God lived out in our midst. We're called to be one. Life is not so simple. And sometimes we're anything but unified. After the Supreme Court justice vote, we knew a lot of people would be exalted, and a lot of people would be profoundly upset. The vote has happened. The emotions are out there. What happens now? How do you heal division like that? I don't know, but I know we have to keep working on it. How do you heal tension and division in your family, in your relationship? I don't know. And those difficulties come from so many directions. But I will offer you this bit of advice from my own dad. He was a very delightful character and very, very wise. And I remember him very well saying, well, your mother and I disagreed on this. So I decided to compromise, and we did it her way. We have our convictions. We have our values. And sometimes, often, when we bring them together, they don't fit so well. Is somebody going to bend? And is bending a sign of weakness? Well, you know, sometimes we have to bend. You're right, I just lost my thought. Husbands and wives, you're living a sacrament. Here's the thought I just lost. This is not an assignment. This is not a homework. This is not a requirement. But I confess, sometimes it is something I give as a penance in the sacrament of reconciliation. Husbands and wives, I'd like to suggest that in the next few days, you do something for each other totally unexpected, totally delightful. The kind of thing that your spouse says, where did this come from? Now this is when Corvette sales go up. I can't wait to see them all full in their parking lot. We live in a world and a nation bitterly divided. Historically, we've had these bitter divisions before, and they haven't been nice. But husbands and wives, I'd like to suggest that you, by living out your marriage, by dealing with differences, by walking on, by listening to my father, will do it your way, fine. By living love, that you will be lights, that you'll be models, you'll be guides to all of us. Not to run away from our differences, but to live with them, to respect one another in them, to continue to talk, and most of all, this is the difficult part, to actually listen to one another. You are living a sacrament. Jesus says, unless you become like children, you won't enter the kingdom of God. They're models for us. Husbands and wives, please be models for us too. And God bless us all.